Hey everybody, I am here to do a little bit of a gear review. As you can see, I've got a mic set up right here. I've got another mic over here, and I've got another mic over here. And what we're doing today is a friend of mine sent me this and said this is a $28 Temu mic. Chinese made, I guess, a mic. And he said, yeah, check it out. See if it's any good. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm starting out right now with this mic right here. This is an MXL 990. This guy probably goes for about, I think, $89 or so on Sweetwater or any one of these places. I use this mic. Normally, I have it up a little higher so it's out of the frame. And I like the way it sounds with my voice, so I've been using it. So I'm going to keep all the settings the same. I have a Behringer XR18 that I'm using as the front end going into my computer and into OBS. And I'm going to leave all the settings the same, and all I'm going to do is unplug this mic, plug in a next mic, test it, see what it sounds like, unplug it, put the other mic in and see what that sounds like. We'll go through all three mics. So we'll start here with the MXL. Like I said, I like this mic. Even when I have it high up here, it still picks up my voice really well. It picks up the low part of my voice, and it also is really clear up top. It's got a clearer high end than some of the other mics I've used, and I like it. Maybe you could even say the high end is a little harsh, but it suits my voice. I like the way this sounds. I haven't used this mic on anything else. I just use it in here. I bought it from a friend of mine who didn't use it anymore, and I figured, oh, well, let me try it out. And it ended up that I just like the way it sounds for voiceover stuff. So it's really good. So let's switch out now. Let's go to the other mic, and let's see what the Audio Technica sounds like. Okay, so here's the Audio Technica AT2020. To me, to my ears, this is a nice, smooth sounding mic, and the high end is much smoother than this the MXL. But like I said before, I kind of like this hyped high end on this a little bit better, especially for voiceovers. I feel like it makes my voice project a little bit more. Not project, but to cut through the mix a little bit more, especially if I'm going to talk over some music that's playing. This is a nice, smooth mic. You know, if I was doing reading some nice lullabies, this is the kind of mic that would just lull you to sleep. It's sensitive. It sounds really warm. But like I said, I've also used this on acoustic guitar, this mic, and I thought it sounded really good. I have an electric acoustic, and I had it going in from the pickup, and I mic'd the guitar, and I kind of split them up a little bit, and I thought it sounded great. It was really nice. So I like this. The proximity effect is not as pronounced as the other mic, but again, there's a smoothness when you come close to it that's really nice. I think it doesn't suit my voice for voiceover stuff as well as this MXL. And this is the one I originally started using, and like I said, a friend of mine was selling this, and I just bought it for the heck of it, and I liked the way it sounded, so I use that now for all of the miking that I do in here. So anyway, this is the Audio Technica AT2020. I like it. I think it's a good sounding mic. All right, let's get to Temu. You got to be kidding me. This has got to be a joke, right? It's just... I have the settings exactly the same as the other two mics. This is a condenser mic. It uses phantom power. I'm going to lower the input gain a little bit. Let's see where it is now. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear me, but I've lowered the input gain way down. I can still hear the noise in my headphones, but I'm not getting anywhere near the signal I was getting before. That's where it was before. All right, so this mic, I'd have to lower the input gain. Check. So that's probably about the levels I was getting before, but the noise floor is ridiculous. So this mic could be broken. I don't know, or it could be the biggest piece of garbage in the world. I'm not sure. But nothing about it sounds good. It sounds like an old crystal mic. When I was a kid, before you could afford like a real mic, you could go to the local music store and get a crystal mic. And a crystal mic was like just a really horrible piece of garbage mic. And this is kind of what they sounded like. We'd have a band in the early days. You'd plug one of those into the other channel of your Fender Twin, and you could hear yourself singing, but it was pretty much a feedback machine. Anyway, this is. Why am I even talking into this piece of garbage? Hang on, let me get another mic. Okay, so we're back with the MXL. So the levels nice and hot. It's going right up into the yellow basically, and that other mic is just so bad. I can't imagine. Was it broken right out of the box? I don't know. If any other people are reviewing the mic and they get any better results than that, let me know. But I don't even know what to say. It's so bad. So anyway, not recommended. Not recommended at all. I'll tell my friend, and he'll send it back and tell them what they can do with it. And spend $89 on this mic, this MXL. I'll put a link down there. Maybe if you want to buy one, buy it from there. Yes, I get a little kickback. I'll probably get a couple cents for that. Or this Audio-Technica 2020, if you think this would suit your voice better. I think you can get these for about less than $150. Well, worth it. They're really good mics. They're high quality. If you're going to get a mic, get one from a reputable company. Get one of their lower priced models. And truthfully, for this MXL, I didn't really know anything about these guys. They've been around for a long time, and I know they were kind of knockoffs. Never had the urge to try one or buy one, and I bought this on a whim just from a friend of mine, and I thought, well, it sounds pretty good. So, let me press it into service. And more than happy with it for what I'm doing. And like I said, I've recorded acoustic guitar with this, and I had really nice results. So, yep, those are the two mics that I would recommend. And over this Temu, I would recommend anything over this Temu. I would recommend taking $28.66 and just throwing it in the garbage more than I would recommend buying that mic. There's nothing I could say about it. And again, if it's busted, all right, well, you had your shot. All right, guys. Anyway, I'll see you later. Hope this was useful.